Math, oops, that's wrong. Quarter. Math 7, solving literal equations. And look at the displays. Right, this is on first assignment on literal equations. Look like, oh my gosh, why does it look like that? I don't like that at all. Is when you literally solve for letters and there's a bunch of letters. Oh, great, I broke this. And so in this situation right here, you give x plus a equals 12, so it's x 12 more negative a plus 12, okay? This one times, so x is equal to 8 times. If you're solving for x right here, you first have to get rid of the 5, so 8x equals 5, which is 5, right? Divided by the a, 5 divided by a. Did your teacher go over those ones with you? Or no? For 4, you're going to add the 7 on both sides, so ax equals bx plus 4, right? Divided by a, x is equal to bx plus 11 over a. Okay, for number 5, you're solving for two different sides. Smaller x, which is negative 2x, so you're going to get a 5xb plus c. Add the a on both sides, 5x equals b plus c plus a. 5x is then going to equal 2.
Your laptop okay?
It's old. I don't know. See, hopefully I did that because I didn't even have it do that. So hopefully I'll just stop. X is equal to b over 5. Okay? Then moving to number 6. Actually, this one's a little bit complicated. You're going to have ax. If I move the x over, minus x. Do you see that? Well, actually, I'm going to move that 5 over here. Does that make sense? So equals a minus. Then, do you see how these both, they have an x? If I factor the x out, it'll go, do you see that? Equals a minus 5. Then what I'm going to do is I want to go ahead and get rid of the a minus 1. So, right?
Yeah.
So a minus 5. So you try that one. Okay, so for number 7, you want to get rid of the c and d, right? B over c, d over c, it's called the reciprocal, correct? Because when you do that, do you see how I'm canceled? D top and bottom cancels? You have a over b times d over x minus m, right? How do you get rid of the negative m?
I can negative. Moving it to by creating it or by making it and moving it over.
There you go. And that's your answer right there. That's it.
Yeah.
Make sure you have the answers highlighted or circled. You understand? So you can see what you're doing.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. Number 8. This one you have x on both sides. I'm going to move this x over and move all the other things over. Do you see the arrows there? 2b over, I have a negative 2b plus 6 more. Those stays, right? I'm moving the x over to the right, which means I have ax plus x. Does that make sense? So this is very similar for 6. You see how we ended up right here? Do you see that? The fact. Yeah. So if I factor out this x here,
So, oh. Okay, so when I think the A goes inside and
it'll be plus 1 inside, right?
yeah.
If you're to distribute it, right?
Yeah.
Distributive property, which is 8x plus x.
Okay.
Now, you need to make sure you clean up the left side because you can combine line terms. And then after that, you just divide it by a plus 1. And that's your answer.
Okay.
So did anybody help you with this or did you just have to do it by yourself?
Oh, class, so he could
Multiply this because whenever you see a correct, let's multiply this part in the green, which is 4 times x plus 4, parentheses 2x plus 6. So then distribute 4x plus 4a, 8x 24, right? Our goal is to solve, so you want to move the smaller x. I'm going to move this one over this way and the 24 this way, right? So when I do that, I'm going to end up with 4a minus 24 equals 8 minus 4, which is going to be a 4x, right? 4a minus 24 equals that. That'll be your final answer because you see how 4, 4, and 20.
Yeah.
So what you go out of 4 here. If you take out the 4 from the 4a, you're left with a. 4, you have a 6, right?
Yeah.
If you have a 4 on top and bottom of a fraction, you know you can cancel them, right? So that's cancel them. No, sorry, this one here. A minus 6 equals x. That's your answer.
Yeah.
Did you have that?
Yeah.
Okay, I need you to work on that, okay? Okay.
Do I do it right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's continue on. This one's also a fraction, so remember you're gonna cross multiply, right? So b times 10, and do you see how there's a parenthesis with an x right here? You're gonna want to distribute. B times 10 is 10b, correct? Yeah. So you have 10b x minus 4 or 2. 2 times 5 is 10 times b plus 2, right? So then what we're gonna do is I'm gonna distribute this. And when we distribute this, you're gonna end up with 10x minus 40 equal b plus 12. And since you're solving for x, we're gonna add the 40 over. So we're gonna add 40. So you have 10x is equal to 10b. 20 plus 40 is 60, right? Then divided by 10, right? So when you divide it by 10, you have 10b plus over 10. But do you see how the 10, 60, and 10, they have 10 in common? So technically, when you cancel it out, you end up with a b. Oh my gosh, this pen sucks. Plus 6. And that's your answer. Do you see that? Number 11. We're still solving for x. I'm going to move that b over, okay? So you have equals b minus b is negative 2 remains, or negative a remains. Then you're going to divide it by a 2, right? So then negative a over 2a. Well, the a and the a cancels. That's just a negative 1 on top over 2. Do you see that? Okay, so that's your answer. For number 12, you have x on both sides. So what you want to do is you're going to isolate the x by distributing it out, or like factoring it out, okay? So you get the x out, so you have 4a plus b inside the parenthesis equals a plus b, right? Then we're going to divide 4a plus b on both sides. So a plus b divided by 4a plus b. Do you see that? Do you see how there's a plus b top and bottom here? There's a 1 on the outside of this. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Oh, actually, you know what? You can't cancel this because if I factor out a 4, the b doesn't have a 4. You can't take the 4 out. Do you see that? I was thinking we can, but we can't. So it stays as is. A lot of people will say, oh, well, that's going to be 1 over 4. A and B just cancel. That's not the case. If there's a 4 in front of the B, you could take the 4 out, okay? But you can't. So this is what it is. That's the answer. Okay? Okay. There's a difference. If you have an A plus B over 4A plus, you see that?
Yeah.
4A plus 4B, I could take the 4 out. You see how A plus B stays on the inside? Because if you distribute it, A is 4A. 4 times B is 4B, correct? But the good thing about that is then you can go ahead and cancel that out, you a 1 over.
Yeah.
But that's not the case, so we can't do that. But I just want you to see the difference, okay? All right, moving on. So here is the next part. Read the question, please.
She spoke. Hannah went from room 149 to room 180 by walking m feet and wheeled sneakers at an average speed of m feet per minute. He then returned to room 140 on his wheeled sneakers the entire way at an average speed of p. How long did it take to return to room 149 if his time was wheeled sneakers came both ways of his journey?
So let's first draw a picture. This is room 149.
Okay.
This is room 180. And walking m feet. And then he kind of rolled, right? He said he rolled. So this is walking. And then he rolled an average p feet per, right?
Yeah.
So speed is going to be the length over time, right? Or distance over time. How long did it take Kyle to return to room 149? If it's rolling on the wheels both ways of the journey. Okay, so he walked, correct? Going in this first direction. But then he decided to go back and walk again, right? M, and then he decided to continue rolling, right? So the question asks, how long? That's what's asking, right? Long is, isn't it? So it's asking you to find the distance. Which letter represents? Okay. P, right?
Yeah.
So how? Okay. So went to room by walking m feet. So this is his journey. He walked m, right? And then he rolled. So then he returned. Speed of n feet per minute. Average speed. Okay, if he's walking, okay, I'm gonna have to, I've kind of got it. Okay, on the journey over, right?
Yeah.
He had m feet plus rolled with a speed of n feet per minute, right?
Yeah.
He then returned to the room. So on his way back, he returned, right? Average speed of p feet per minute plus m. How long did you return this time spent rolling was same both ways? So I think I'm gonna have to do something like this, but then set it equal to each.
Yeah.
Do you see that? Let's see. How do I wanna? and it's asking you to find the distance. In both ways. So how long did it take to return to room? So it's asking them for the return, which is P, because that's the distance, right?
Yeah.
Return. Solve for P. Okay, so then if I do M plus speed per minute equals the return, which is M plus P over minute, right? My job's to solve for P. So then I can cancel the M, right? And I'll have in over per minute times minute on both sides, right? Equals P. So then just P equals N is what I have. See if that works, okay? Or not, I would suggest you ask AI, okay? All right. But that's how I would show the work, okay? Yeah. Examine the two formulas below. Read it, please.
Show whether these equations are two ways of writing the same formula.
Okay, so this one is solved. Oh my gosh, my pen's not working. For A, correct? So here, if I want to see if it's the same, I will also need to solve for what? For A,
Yeah.
right? So if I want to solve for A, this is over a 1, correct?
Yeah.
So let's first cross multiply. Like that. A times 1 is A, X times A minus 1 is X times A minus 1, right? So I'm solving for A. And then what I want to do is I want to distribute this. Okay? So A equals AX minus X, correct? Now, I have two different A's. That's good because I can move this one A over because I'm solving for A, right? Yeah. A minus AX equals negative X. Do you agree? Yeah. Do you see how these both have A? I could technically take an A out and factor it out. Do you see that? Yeah. If I factor it out, what stays inside?
Stays inside is 1 minus X.
Equals negative X, right?
Yes.
Now let's divide the 1 minus X on both sides. Do you see that? So then A is by itself, which is what I want, but I have a negative X on the right side over 1 minus X. So far, I look at this and I'm like, wait a minute, that doesn't look the same because this right here is positive, but this is negative. Do you see that? Yeah. So you have to like revert it. So if I want to make the top to be a positive, I need to multiply a negative 1 on top and a negative 1 on the bottom. Because technically negative 1 divided by negative 1 is just positive 1, right? Yeah. You could time anything by a positive 1, right? Yeah. So that becomes a positive X, right? Yeah. Bottom, okay, this part right here, you gotta be careful. This negative, you have to distribute to both, not just to the negative X. I have to do the 1 and the negative X, okay? Yeah. So that becomes a negative 1 plus X. So as I look at this, I'm like, okay, that's looking a little bit closer to what it should be. But if I rewrite it, X over X minus 1. So is it the same?
Yeah.
No.
Oh. Oh, yeah, because X means.
Because, and then you explain why. Do you see that? Yeah. And I'm pretty sure I did it correctly. I don't think I made a mistake, although I'm checking. Okay, so I'll have negative A. X. Yeah, I didn't. That's a positive X, and then that becomes a negative 1, positive X, X. Yeah, so it's not the same. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. All right, and that concludes everything. Are we good? Mm-hmm. I didn't get light on the video. Are you happy?
Wait.
What?